days when I was a rookie and Dale was experienced. So if I needed to know anything, I just kind of leaned over to the right a little bit and said, District Governor Dale, how does this work? How do we do this? And he was always there to help me. When my wife and I eat lunch every day, we love to watch the TV program, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So who has seen the show, knows the premise of it? Sure, we all kind of know Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, who was on the program and won $1 million? That's what I want to know. Okay, no big donations to LCIF this afternoon. The premise of the program is you're asked a general knowledge question. You have 4 possible answers. If you do not know the answer, if you just take a guess, you have about a 25% chance of success. But you do have the option of asking your friend for help. The 2 of you can come up to the podium, have a discussion. Your odds then increase from 25% to about 64%. However, you have another option. That's the audience. That's the people behind you. Your odds increase then to 95% chance of success when you include the audience. That audience behind you to Lions is LCIF. We are there to help you. We will get behind you. We will help you with whatever project you may have that fit the qualifications of Lions Clubs International Foundation. Several years ago, Lions served about 65 million people worldwide every year. It's hard to imagine. But during the year that PDG, Dale and I were governors, we had a challenge. We were challenged to serve 100 million people that year. We not only succeeded, but we served 120 million people, and it's been growing ever since. That gave LCIF the idea that we could possibly serve 200 million people a year. I mean, we're Lions. If anybody can do it, we can do it. Our goal, starting July of 2021, is to serve 200 million people every year. One way we're going to do that is we have expanded our global causes with LCIF from 4 to 8. 8 global causes, and some new ones in there, such as childhood cancer. There's hunger, environment, vision, youth, humanitarian efforts. Another new one that probably hits close to home, diabetes. And then there's also something, if you've been online for more than a couple of years, you've heard about LCIF's involvement in natural disasters, disaster relief. We are asking every Lion to please consider donating to LCIF's Campaign 100. Campaign 100 is a 3-year program. We're asking if you would consider donating $100 a year for 3 years. Total of $300. It's, as we were talking earlier, I waste far more than $100 a year on less important things than that. But what does $100 buy in the world of Campaign 100? I mentioned childhood cancer. $100 will help to diagnose and treat 8 children. 8 children for only $100. A child is diagnosed somewhere in this world with cancer every 2 minutes. I drove here from southern York County, just south of York, a little over an hour. So I figured in that time from when I left my driveway till I pulled out in this parking lot, sad to say, 32 children have been diagnosed with cancer. 800 million people go to bed every night hungry. $100 feeds 14 less fortunate, disabled, elderly, or homeless people for about 1 to 2 weeks. When's the last time you went to the grocery store, spent $100, and it fed your whole family for a couple of weeks? I don't think that's happened. No. He's saying no way. That doesn't happen in a long time. Scientists predict within the next 5 to 10 years, half of the population of Earth will have unpure water. Let's go back some years ago with LCIF. You remember hearing about river blindness and trachoma. All that comes from impure water. So $100, 100 will help to dig a well, perhaps to purify the water, filter the water. And in this day and age, it could very well help just to have a truck bring in bottled water that's at least better than what they do have. Vision has meant a lot to Lions since about 1925. There's currently about 250 million blind and visually impaired people worldwide. $100 will do cataract surgery for 2 people. So that's $50 a person. My wife had it done in York a couple of years ago by probably the best eye surgeon in York. Her insurance company was billed $12,000. Just think how many people's vision we could improve with $12,000 at $50 per surgery. $100 will buy the supplies for 1 classroom for 1 year to help social and learning and emotional learning for poor people, poor kids that have perhaps no teachers, unsafe schools, no supplies, and something we talk about pretty often nowadays, bullying. So $100, 1 classroom, 1 year. Just think about your school taxes. What $100 covers. Won't go there, will we? Won't talk about that. And something that's in the news right now, and in fact in my home county of York, within the last 10 days, we've had 2 cases of measles pop up. 400 people die every day, every 24 hours. 250 of them are children. You know, if you have not had a measles, mumps, or rubella vaccine, and let's say you're in one of the countries, as you get on a crowded bus, you haven't had the vaccine, but 2 hours before you got on the bus, somebody with measles sneezed or coughed. Those spores, those highly contagious spores, stay in the air for 2 hours. If you haven't had the vaccine, you have a 90% chance of contracting measles, mumps, or rubella. LCIF, with the help of the Gates Foundation, has come up with a program for the vaccine. Let's see if we can figure this out. How much it costs per shot? $100 gives 100 shots. Okay, math wizards. How much is that per shot? Treasure Deb? There you go. $1. You have diabetes. $100 will help to treat and screen 18 at-risk individuals for diabetes. It'll buy the test strips, the meters, everything you need, because doctors are saying that within 20 years, we'll have about 650 million people living with diabetes. See, some of these things are in the future. It's going to progress in the future. That's why LCIF needs to act right now. And LCIF, as I said, we're best known probably within our membership for disaster relief. We can provide immediate relief in the wake of a natural or man-made disaster. We supply items such as blankets, medicine, fuel, water, emergency shelter. And there again, scientists predict in the next few years, disasters will increase by about 15 to 20%. So we're asking if you individually would please consider donating $100 a year. I'm going to tell you how much that is per day. It's 28 cents. When I do my slide program, I have a picture of a quarter and 3 pennies, just in case you don't get it. I have it up, but this is D, so I know I don't have to go that far. I pledged by the month. I pledged $9 a month. I went on lionsclubs.org, the home screen. It has 5 words in large font. Together, we serve, join, and donate. Click the donate button. There's some boxes there. Fill in with your name and member number if you want to, the frequency, and how much. But I can tell you, that $9 on my statement every month, I don't even see it, don't know about it, but I do know between Walmart, LL Bean, Amazon, and the gas station, that $9 is the lowest charge on the statement. And I expect someday Visa is going to call me and say, what is this $9 every month? This isn't your profile as a credit card user. But who is the average contributor to LCIF's Campaign 100? I went to a club in Adams County, Gettysburg area. And I spoke to them, and I sat at dinner with Lion Bob. Your basic line. Been in the club for 40 years, hadn't met him before. Nice guy. We sat there, had dinner together. But the highlight of the night to Lion Bob is before I got up to give my presentation, is he won the raffle of 5 $1 bills. So me being me, I kind of nudged Lion Bob. LCIF can really put that to great use, Lion Bob. Those 5 $1 bills. So he reached in his back pocket and got his wallet out. I'm an optimist. I thought, he's going to add another 5 or 10 or 20 to those 5 $1 bills. He gave me a grin, and he opened that wallet out. I think he kind of blew the malls out of it. And he shoved those 5 ones. Shoved those suckers so deep down inside that wallet, they are not going to see the light of day anytime soon. So he put, you laughed, it was not funny to me. So he puts the wallet back, and I know he hooks that little button in the back so it doesn't fall out, or you have to work to get it out. So I was a little disappointed. It was only $5. So I got up, and I gave my presentation, which usually can range anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes. Believe me, they got the 40-minute version. They got everything. Those barrels, because I was on a mission now. I lost out on that 5. I had to make it up. So when I asked if there was any questions, answered them all, and went to sit down. There in my placemat was 5 $1 bills. I broke him down. The thing is, 2 weeks later, I saw my monthly report from LCIF. Another member of that club sent in $1,000 after I was there. probably about April or May, the club sent in another $1,000. So I was up to $2,005. I don't have to tell you which I was most proud of were those five $1 bills. So Lion Bob, sort of the average LCIF donor. And then there's Lion Jimmy. There again, I had not met him before. When I went to the clubs as governor, I didn't actually get to meet everybody. So I gave my talk and said, are there any questions? And Lion Jimmy, who was probably 80-something years old, his hand shot up. And I could tell this probably wasn't going to be good, just by the look on his face. And he said, do you know how many solicitations I get in the mail every day for donations? I said, yes, Lion Jimmy, I do know, because I probably get same ones that are very similar to what you get. And that was the end of the conversation. So I'm folding up my screen and putting the camera away, and I feel this. It wasn't a tap on the arm, it was a little stronger than that. And I heard him say, here! And 2 10s flew on the table. He just turned and walked away. Lion Jimmy was the only one that night that made a donation. And the president came over and said, did Lion Jimmy give you a hard time? I said, no, not at all. In fact, he donated. And he said, that's Lion Jimmy. The first to complain, the first to donate. So Lion Jimmy, you probably have a Lion Jimmy in your club. But he, again, is an average contributor. The last ones would be Lions Terry and Lion Francis. I was asked to speak to a Lions club and was told as soon as I walked in the room from the president, our club can't give you any money. You know that project we have in our town for 60 years? We're in financial trouble. We're having extreme difficulty supporting this project, which to us is more important to the community than LCIF. Even though that club got the highest, the largest grant by far than any other club in our district ever got. But they can't give back. And that's okay, maybe later on. So I gave my little talk. A few days later, I got an envelope in the mail, and the return address is from the club treasurer. There again, I thought, I got to. They came through for me. I don't know where they got it, but they came through. I opened the envelope. It wasn't from the club. It was a check from Lion Terry and his wife, Lion Francis. It was for $600. $100 a year for 3 years for each of them. Those were the average donors to LCIF. Proud of all of them. Proud of everyone that helps to support Campaign 100. I do have pledge cards. I have these somewhere here. Fancy little pins for a donation in the back of the room. If anybody would like to make a donation or set up a pledge, we'd love to help you. Lion Dale can, of course, help you out with it. Do we have any questions about Campaign 100 or LCIF? I know you probably heard a lot of it.
Do the donations count toward Melvin Jones Dollars?
Previously, if you made a donation to LCIF and you put a restriction on it, in other words, for a certain cause or a certain hurricane or something, it didn't count. Everything counts during Campaign 100 for Melvin Jones. Everything does. I haven't heard of a single thing that does not go towards Melvin Jones or progressive Melvin Jones credits. You can add them up, keep paying so much per year till you get the $1,000. And I do have clubs that they have 3 members that are doing $100 a year for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, you're going to throw in a few more dollars to make 1,000, and their plan is for them to give a Melvin Jones to a member of their community that is not aligned. You can do that also. All right, I thank you very much for your attention. Hope I didn't put you aside.
No.